Talk Shit Radio is a Kennedy Studios Productions. The opinions stated by various contributors to Talk Shit Radio and its radio programs are not to be considered as or endorsed by Kennedy Studios Incorporated. Visitors are urged to use their own discretion to draw their own conclusions. All information, products, services, and use of this website is for entertainment purposes only and personal use only. Talk Shit Radio Network does not confirm nor deny the validity or accuracy of the information contained within the website or broadcast. Any services or products provided by Talk Shit Radio Network and its host contributors should be used solely for entertainment purposes only.
This is Lewis, and you're listening to Talk Shit Radio.
You want to get high?
Are you a pothead fucker?
Oh, man. I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
It's Laura. Let's talk some shit.
Michael Minardi. I'm the campaign manager of Regulate Florida, who's going to be actively seeking to put adult use of cannabis on the 2016 ballot. Why? Regulate Florida. I am putting myself out of a job by doing this. I am a criminal defense attorney. My main practice is representing people arrested of marijuana offenses, and I'm sick of it. These are good, hardworking people whose lives are turned upside down by a cannabis arrest, threat, DCF involvement, or other type of sanctions that is coming against them for using cannabis. We want to bring together the people of Florida. We want all the patients, all the users of cannabis to step up and let their voice be heard. Stop being afraid of being persecuted because of speaking out. We need you to stand up. We need you to help out because we need action right now and not apathy. With doing this, we can change the world and we can change the state of Florida for the better.
You said bullshit and experience is all it takes, right?
Right.
Come on and experience some of my bullshit.
All right, listen up.
Hey, welcome everyone to Talk Shit Radio Network. It is nothing but Monday madness going on here. Got a lot of shit in the news, a lot of big headlines, a lot to talk about today, we're going to go over who we've lost. First and foremost, singer David Bowie, one of the most influential musicians of his era, has died of cancer at age 69 in his home in Manhattan, New York. A statement was issued on his social media account saying he died peacefully, surrounded by his family after an 18-month battle with cancer. There's a bunch of tributes and all sorts of shit going on for Mr. Bowie. A lot of people didn't even know that he was battling with cancer. He kept it very secret. So it just makes me go on and to say how, not everybody that is out there and is a superstar and is living the good life is actually living the good life. There are a lot of people. Whoop, I just dropped my garbage on the floor. There are a lot of people out there that, even though they have money, they're struggling like a son of a bitch. And he is one of them. Great artist. I don't know if anybody knows any of his music, but you'd have to be really an 80s baby. 60s and 70s baby, in order to know. But I know I grew up with a lot of his good music there. Moving right along, we're going to keep it going with some local news, and then I got to take the microphone off his stand, and I got to go to another computer off to my left here because there's a lot of shit going on in the news right now that I want to talk about. But first off, freeze warnings have been issued for Citrus and Hernando County. Excuse me. Apparently temperatures will drop fast tonight in our northern counties. Will drop into the 30s, and we'll see our first freeze of the winter. If you're like me and you like this weather, then you're actually looking forward to this. I know we had a couple cold days, well, maybe 2 cold days last month, and it sucked, I got to tell you. But I'm actually looking for it to get as cold as it's supposed to get. We'll see what happens. Now, let me get this microphone off of here so I can move it around. I want to come over here and I want to talk about some of the headlines I've got on this computer here. One of the biggest ones is, well, maybe not biggest, but it's pretty cool. And there are bigger ones than this. But there's a Brooksville man being credited for saving his family's life from an early morning house fire. Firefighters responded to a house at 23263 Church Road at about 2:25 in the morning this morning. When they got to the house, they learned that the man had pulled up to the house and saw smoke coming from the garage. He opened the garage door to investigate, and smoke and flames infestated the house. The man went into the house, woke up his family, then got them all out to safety. Now, that's a really good thing for those of you who might know this gentleman and know their family. So, you know, this guy's a local hero. I know my wife is listening to this show right now, going, up, here he goes with the ums again. Just let me know if I'm coming in too loud, because usually I got the microphone sitting on a stand, and I don't today. So I might have it a little too close to my mouth. I'm going to be looking back and forth to check the chat room. You check us out on Facebook.com/TalkShitTV. You can go to Facebook and search for Talk Shit Radio Network. I promise you'll find us. Or to make it real easy, you can go to one of 2 sites. You can go to Spreaker. That's speaker with an R, Spreaker.com. You can check us out on there. You just search for Talk Shit Radio. And you can go to www.talkshitradionetwork.com, and you can check us out. Scroll to the bottom, and you'll see us on there. Now, first thing in the news, and it's pretty wicked, I got to say. Those of you that have been following the war with ISIS and all of this bullshit that's going on, it seems that we have made a very unusual airstrike in the fight against ISIS. Now, when I say unusual, usually we have targets with people, or we target a military target, or a manufacturing target, or a rail yard, or something to that matter. Now, I know everybody's seen the footage of Vietnam War and some of the world wars. Hey, Josh, how are you today? Welcome to the show, brother. Yeah, it's a shame we lost David Bowie. Definitely a big loss in the music world. So back to the bombings and everything. In an extremely unusual airstrike, the U.S. dropped a bomb Sunday in central Mosul, Iraq, destroying a building containing huge amounts of cash ISIS was using to pay its troops and for ongoing operations. 2 U.S. defense officials told CNN the other day. I don't know, like I said, if anybody's following it, but they got to finance the war somehow, and that's exactly how they do it. They got the money in the bank, just like everybody else. May not be a traditional bank, but they dropped 2 2,000-pound bombs, destroying the site quickly. Oh, my dinner is here. Nice. We gotta love when the dinner comes in right as I start the show, but which will prompt me to end the show because dinner's more important, right, Silent Mish? Yeah, my hand's not over there to hit the crickets. Usually when Silent Mish says something, I hit the crickets, because hence the name Silent Mish. So there's another one, and it basically it's more about what's going on, and it's going to lead me to a point here, so bear with me. And the headline, and that's all I'm going to read on the rest of these, on this one anyway. The American war machine finally stopped pretending to care about your safety. And it has to do with ISIS and Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and the terrorism in Europe and Africa and elsewhere, and Paris, Beirut Mall. There's so many different places that ISIS has been attacking, and it just goes to show that what we're leading up to now. This next story will kind of bring you up to speed a little. And it is The headline reads, "The Oregon Standoff, a community divided." Now, I want to read a little bit of this simply because it has to do with where I'm going with all of this. Members of an anti-government militia have occupied the headquarters of Malheur, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Malheur National Wildlife Refuge in a remote region in eastern Oregon over a week, protesting that they claim is an overreaching federal government. The occupation being led by what I'm getting at is basically, I know everybody's heard the term Jade Helm. I know everybody's heard the terms FEMA camps. I really think you guys should do your homework and look into this a little more because it's real. I've been saying this for 2 years now, 3 years now on the radio, that our government is going to be the one who ends up invading our streets. Now, not directly, U.S. military, because of certain sanctions, our own military is not allowed to police its own troops. So what have they done? They've brought in the UN, the United Nations. Everybody's hearing about this. Everybody's seeing these pictures. Operation Jade Helm on the internet. Listen, it's real. It's going to happen. I don't know when. I can't predict that. But I was talking to somebody today who has brought me a little more up to speed on a bunch of things that are going on. And basically what it's going to be like is when FEMA went through New Orleans and they put the X on the house and the numbers and the different insignias that said basically who was in the house, how many occupants, so on and so forth. What is going to happen is there's going to be a yellow, a blue, a yellow, and a red symbol. Obviously, blue means, you're not a threat. Yellow will mean you're a mild threat. Red means they're probably going to come into your house and execute you right where they find you. In reality, what I'm getting at is just like this militia group standing up for what they believe in, it's going to take us citizens to defend our own rights. And what does that mean? That means we are heading for our own revolution. I won't say civil war, because I'm not too sure that word is proper, but it's definitely coming to our front door. Now, let's go ahead and move on. No, not this one. We don't want that one. Okay, so here's one that's a little off the subject of anything I'm talking about. One of the happiest cities in the Asian Pacific region is Hanoi in Vietnam. So if anybody's looking to go move someplace and be all happy, joyish. I'm not sure if that's a word. That's not even a Jewish word. Joyish. Sounds like it could be a Jewish word. Yeah, an mahagana. Yeah, anyway. So, moving on. Everybody knows what Mercedes-Benz cars are, right? I would hope so. Does everybody know that they started making cars back in 1886? That's 130 years they've been around. That's pretty amazing. And now with everything that's going on in the automobile industry, especially poor Volkswagen, German-engineered cars, putting in that cheater software, man, they're in trouble. Think about the fines they're getting. Now, last but not least, as far as headlines that I want to read, and then we'll get into some shit talking here. And Josh, you might want to listen to this. Headline reads, Big Pharma not happy. 80% of cannabis users give up prescription drugs. Now, this goes right to the drug course that I'm in that I have to take for probation. It just goes to show you, and it kind of a little bit about what we were talking about today, and relapsing and all of that is what we got into. But the pharmaceutical, along with the alcohol industry, is a powerful influence in Washington and has not been lobbying against cannabis legalization in order to profit or to protect their profits. However, the tide has turned as decriminalization, wow, that was a tough one to spit out, As decriminalization of medical and recreational cannabis sweeps the nation and the continent, with legalization more and more, people are discovering how this plant can provide safe alternative to dangerous effects of prescription pills. The survey was over 437 adults of therapeutic cancer users, found that 87% gave up prescription medications and alcohol. Now, we were talking about addiction and all of that kind of good stuff today in class, and again, I have to take, in accordance with my probation, I have to take a drug course. Some of the shit that we have to endure, I will just use that word, is really just that. It's painful because I got to be honest with you. You know, sitting there talking about it, all I want to do is go home and smoke a joint. I can't do that because I'm on prohibition. And one of the girls that's in the class had made a good point. You know, talk about a trigger. There are people in there that are way worse than me when it comes to addiction. You can listen to the stories. There's some that are there just like me. They're only there because of a court order. But for the most part, I mean, everybody's clean, or for the most part, everybody's clean. And for the ones, and I'm not too sure about the girl who made the comment, but, you know, and again, her comment was, what a trigger, and I'm not too sure about her as far as how her resolve has been going. I kind of agree with her. Not that I kind of agree with her. I agree with her 100%, you know. There's people sitting in that class that were really, really bad. And to sit there and have to talk about it and admit that you're an addict and have to watch videos of other addicts talking about taking drugs, and then as an advocate, a cannabis advocate, for me to have to sit there and listen to them say, you know, in order to stop alcoholism, we've come up with a new drug. In order to get people off of heroin, we give them another drug. So what are you doing? You're taking them from the frying pan and you're throwing them into the fire. Because let's face it, to get you off of heroin, there's two different drugs, Adderall or Ativan or Adderall. I forget what the fucking name is. It shows you how much I was listening. And the other one is methadone. I know how bad methadone is. I seen it ruin somebody's life, destroyed them. They became an addict real quick. They went from a beautiful young lady to an addict. I mean, let's face it, you know, your body takes a toll. Alcoholism. I'm dealing with a buddy of mine who's battling alcoholism right now. I never really knew about alcoholism until I watched him go from a 350-pound man down to 120, 130, maybe 150 pounds. It's just a bad situation. It's really, really bad, people. I don't get the logic in some of the things that they say in this class, simply because they're saying that these pharmaceuticals are better than cannabis. And in a nutshell, I mean, that's what they're saying. But in reality, it's poison. It's absolute poison. I've been watching firsthand. My wife takes 20 pills a day. I've been watching her firsthand getting sicker and sicker. And it's bad. It's just bad. You know, it's amazing how the country is programmed to believe this propaganda, and that's what it is. We've all heard the word propaganda, you know. The Nazis spread propaganda in the form of newsletters and broadcasts. Hell, North Korea admits, or South Korea admits, that they are broadcasting propaganda right now about North Korea. Propaganda is nothing but bullshit and lies to make you see things their way. That is exactly what the government has done when it comes to cannabis. You know, it's all propaganda. Big Pharma is now, the pharmaceutical companies are just now realizing that they're in trouble. People are just now realizing that cannabis is a safer alternative to prescription pills. Now let me get my microphone back up here. And it's an obvious thing, let's face it. Anybody who knows anything about cannabis can tell you that in reality it's never really hurt them. They there is an addiction to it. I'll be the first to admit that, simply because I went through it. But it's not a bad one. It's not something that's going to put you in cold sweats and have you curled over the couch and puking and vomiting. And, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to be a little depressed, which, hell, alcohol does that to you. It's just a bad situation, people. It's time for us to wake up and realize that cannabis is medicine, and it does nothing but help. It really does. There's so many different things that you can use it for. Juicing whole plant. You take the whole plant, swipe it down, buds, stalk, stems, put it in a blender with some orange juice, blend it up, drink one of those a day, and you'd be really surprised on, hey, what's going on there, John? How are you? Glad you can join the show. You drink one juiced plant a day with some orange juice, you're getting your vitamin C and vitamin C, right? Yeah, I don't want to. Vitamin D. Where did that come from? I forget now. Anyway, and all the essential things that your body needs that cannabis provides. So, I mean, let's just face it. I can't help but to think how ridiculous my counselor sounds when he said that cannabis is bad or pot is how he calls it. Pot is bad and we should all quit and go and let me tell you something. My doctor prescribed me the pills that I am on. I don't need them. I don't need to take them as much as I take them. That's for sure. I have RLS. That's really all I take them for. RLS is restless leg syndrome. It helps, but does it make me feel good? No, I feel like shit when I take them. I really do. I have no energy. I can't sleep at night, but I can certainly sleep all day. My sleep patterns are all fucked up to begin with because I'm insomniatic. When I am taking my true medicine like I'm supposed to, which is pot, for lack of a better term, well, no, there's better terms, cannabis. I sleep like a baby. I eat quite a bit, and like I said to our counselor, that's called the munchies. Holy shit, my phone is loud. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Hold on, folks. All right. We got text messages coming in here. Speaking of the devil, I was just talking about the gentleman, and he text messaged me, and my buddy who is battling alcoholism right now. So let's face it, I mean, with all the wars that we're fighting abroad, with the presence of the UN troops in the United States, with the government trying to take away your arms, with the propaganda that's being spread, I really, really think that we need to relook at things. And first off, we have to start with Congress, that they all need to be thrown out of there, and we need to get 30-year-old men and not 95-year-old men, people that are in tune with the times. My buddy John, he can tell you some shit about, politics. It has to do with finances. Let's just face it, it's no secret. I was born and raised in Long Island. The prices in Long Island have gone up and up and up and up and up, and that's all about politics. Politicians want more money, which means that you pay more taxes. You pay more taxes, which means you have less money, which means what? We go broke until finally we're in an apocalyptic situation here? I mean, we're heading for it. It's an obvious thing. Everybody needs to open up their eyes. Now, I got a couple new shows that I'm working on, just like Michael Minardi in the beginning of the show. I play his audio. It's called Regulate Florida. They are an organization that Michael is the chairman of, and what their mission is to regulate the cannabis use in Florida like we would regulate alcohol and tobacco, which, let's face it, that it's a beautiful thing, you don't want, Johnny little 7-year-old to walk into the convenience store and buy a pack of Buds. And I don't mean Budweiser. Even though when I was a kid, I used to be able to walk down to the deli on the corner with a note from my mommy and buy her a pack of cigarettes. Never was able to buy beer until I was old enough, but regardless of the fact. So we just don't want that to happen, but we do want the regulation of it. John, you just got a break up there, and I think they just opened up their first cannabis dispensary up on Long Island, which makes it medically legal up there. So, and I'm sure if you went and seen a doctor and got a recommendation, it wouldn't be a problem. Josh, I know he's in a spot where it is medically a medical necessity, and he's moving to another state, I do believe, that it's medical necessity. So let's face it, I mean, we've got a bunch of states going against the federal government. And why is that? Because they realize not only the financial potential, all right, but the potential to actually stop addiction from prescription pills, alcoholism, and all of that kind of good stuff. And it just goes back to what we talk about in class every week, and how the comment that the one young lady made today, and I say young lady because I guarantee I'm 25 years older than her, how this class is a trigger. What they talk about is a trigger. Let's face it. If I was addicted to the pain pills that I was taking for my operation, which I thank God that I'm not. I'm really glad that I put a stop to it on my own. Like another gentleman in our class, he actually had a heart attack, and the doctor wanted to prescribe him prescription pills, and he said no, I don't want them. I'm an addict. I don't need them. I can't use them. Don't want them. Can't have them. So that's a big step for someone in his position. And, just like the young lady said, and I'm going to keep going over this, it's a trigger. It's a huge trigger. Hey, baby, welcome to the chat room. I could see how some of the people that are there, I don't know if everybody's there in the class for prescription pills. I know there's a few, that are there for alcohol. I don't know who's there for meth. I'm sure there's one or two of them. That's got to be probably the worst out there, worse than pharmaceuticals, because we still don't know what methamphetamines are doing to our bodies, our brains, and our genetics. Let's face it. You're putting something in that come out of a battery. What else is in the fucking shit? I know there's a lot of chemicals in meth. So it's not good. It's not good at all. We don't know what it's doing to the children genetically. It's altering our genetics. So why not legalize cannabis? Why not boost the economy? Why not save people's lives? I've got some food ready for me here, guys. I really wish Michelle would come on over and take over for me for a few minutes. No? Yes? Maybe? Come on. Damn it. She won't do it. Why do they make meth Legos but not a garden? Hey, that's true. They have a Breaking Bad Lego set. For those of you that don't know what Breaking Bad is, I don't know what rock you've been under, but yeah, there is a Breaking Bad meth lab Lego set out there. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it probably on the Lego website. Toys R Us has it. Thank you, Silent Mish. But there's not a cannabis grow Lego set. I mean, that would be actually a really good idea to submit to them. We have a function that we're actually possibly going to, when? When is it? This Saturday coming up. And it is called, please refresh my memory, babe? The Grow? Something like that. And it has to do with moms for cannabis use, the safe use of cannabis in their children, and medicating their children with cannabis. And I don't mean kids that are just arrogant little fucks. I mean the kids that are actually sick, the ones that have the Lou Gehrig's disease, the leukemia, cancer, I could go on and on. Seizures. Women's Grow event is what it's called, and I'm not sure if we're going to be broadcasting live from it, but we will be there. I do believe that we will be there. We will be there. Why do you always do that to me? I always repeat it too. That's the funny thing. You guys got to watch Ocean's 11 when the old man's sitting on the couch or not on the couch, but he's in, I don't fucking know. He just the way he says it. We will be there. Anyway, moving on. So I got a little a skit that I'm going to try and find, which will actually give me a few minutes to go shove down a sandwich. I'll actually play some Brooksville Bob skits here. I got quite a few of them. We got about 6 minutes of this, and then I'll be back. So bear with me. You're listening to Talk Shit Radio Network. I'm going to go hog down a little food real quick. Just stay with me. I'll be right back.
Hello?
Yeah, is this Mike the mechanic?
Yes, it is. How can I help you?
Listen, I got a little trouble with my car.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what can I do for you? What kind of car is it, first of all?
Well, it's a 1940. What the hell is that noise in the background?
Hold on a second.
Holy shit, try to talk to the guy, and all I hear is myself talking back at me. God damn it. Yeah, that's much better. Now I can hear you. All I heard was myself. I thought I was talking to myself. But listen, now, shut the hell up. I'm trying to talk here, will you? I got a 1935 Chevy Mercury Sable, and it's got a bad Canuter valve. I know it because I could hear it as I'm driving down the road. Can you tell me something about that? How do I fix it?
I don't have much background in that model car, sir.
Look that up in your book, buddy. Bet you didn't. I knew you didn't know what the hell. I knew you. They lied to me. What? What? What are you saying? I don't know what I'm talking about. You just insulted me. You said I don't know what kind of car I got. What's wrong with you? What kind of business you running here? Your customers call you up trying to make business and give you some money, and you insult me and tell me I don't know what the hell I'm saying? That's it. I tell you.
That's definitely not the intention, sir. What can I do? How would you like me to help you? Can you get it towed over to me?
Well, how the hell you expect me to do that? I got no tow truck.
Do you have AAA?
Well, what the hell's a AAA?
Well, that's a monthly paid insurance policy.
My wife's got triple D's, but...
Burger King man, Rebecca speaking.
Hello, Rebecca. How are you today?
I'm doing good, and yourself?
I'm doing excellent. Listen, I got a little request I need to make for you. I want to put in an order, and I want to come and pick it up. Is that okay?
Was it end of July, or was it the beginning of August? Do you remember when you called it in?
I'm calling in right now.
Oh, you're calling it right now. So this is going to be a big order?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let me get a paper and pencil.
Thank
so what
you.
are we getting?
I'm sorry?
What are we getting?
Just want a Big Mac.
Big Mac. You mean the Big King?
No, a Big Mac.
Big Mac is McDonald's.
Where it's right next door. You can't go get it for me?
No, sir.
Well, come on. That's not fair.
I could do the Big King. That's about it.
Well, I don't like the Big King. I like the Big Mac, but I hate McDonald's. Does that...
Okay. The Big King's almost close to a Big Mac.
I bet you my Big Mac's bigger than yours.
Okay.
Were you going to take my order or what?
If it's a Big King, I can.
All right, let me have a Big King then.
When are you going to be coming in and pick it up?
July.
In July next year?
Certainly.
Okay.
Why not?
Fine with me.
Better late than never, no?
Yep.
Listen, you sound sexy. You want to go out on a date?
I'm married.
I would take him along. He could drive.
That's okay.
No? Are you sure?
Anything else I can do for you?
Well, I want 2 Big Macs now.
Okay. Anything else?
Making me hungry. And a chocolate shake.
Small, medium, or large?
Extra large.
Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
Coming in July?
In July. You think you can deliver that?
Unfortunately, we're not the area to deliver.
Why not? I'm right around the block. I tell you what. You meet me in the parking lot, sweetheart. I'll take you out to dinner and show you a good time.
That's okay, and I have to be here watching my crew.
Yeah, they don't care. Trust me.
Okay.
I'm serious. I take you out. We'll have a nice candlelit dinner. Maybe a little whining, some dining, some 69, and you never know. I mean, things could happen. You might leave your husband for me.
Okay. Anything else?
No, ma'am. I just, was trying to get a Big Mac and a date, but you don't seem to be receptive to my charm.
That's because I'm married and I got a store to run.
Okay, but are you married or are you happily married? There's a difference.
Happily married.
Well, there's a big difference, I got to tell you.
Happily married.
Are you sure? Anybody else there?
Very
Anybody
sure.
else there that's not married?
I'm very, very, very sure.
Does he share? I mean, I share. I got no problems with it.
I'm sure he will.
You think so?
I know he will.
Why? I don't get it.
Okay. So is there anything else?
Well, no, just my 2 Big Macs, my large fries, and a couple of shakes, and I'm on my way to come get it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be looking for you. I'm gonna be
Okay.
looking for you, and I'm gonna get you to go out on that date with me because you sound sexy.
All right. Is there anything else?
Well, you just got to tell me yes, you're gonna go out on a date with me, and I'll come get you.
Well, that sounds really nice.
Well, are you her husband?
Yeah.
You are? Listen, you drive. Listen, I'll be nice.
I'll drive.
You drive, I'll be nice.
20 minutes.
15? Hello? Son of a bitch hung up on me. God damn, it's so hard to get a date in this town.
Hello, my name is Michael Minardi. I'm the campaign manager of Regulate Florida, who's going to be actively seeking to put adult use of cannabis on the 2016 ballot. Why? Regulate Florida. I am putting myself out of a job by doing this. I am a criminal defense attorney. My main practice is representing people arrested of marijuana offenses, and I'm sick of it. These are good, hardworking people whose lives are turned upside down by a cannabis arrest, threat, DCF involvement.
All right. We're back. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off Michael Minardi, but I'm done eating. That was the quickest I ever eaten what I just had. Apologize for that, folks. I was starving, sitting there in class, and my stomach was growling. I'm surprised anybody else didn't hear it, but so anyway, John, welcome to the show. I do apologize. I know it's taken me a bit, but I know you're there. He says, "Good evening, fellow humans." I don't know how human we are. Day after day, and as the days grow shorter and the nights grow longer, I don't feel so human. I was kind of hoping. Oh man, there's a lot of them coming, folks. So bear with me. I don't know about the rest of yous, but I had my $1 billion already allotted, spent, ready to go on quite a few vacations, permanent vacation, all of that good stuff. Do you believe that this is the only time in the history of Lotto that it has been this far? Silent Mish and I were driving down US 19 today, and she had pointed out to me that they can't even light up the Lotto signs because the Lotto signs don't even go up to $1 billion. I would be real. I don't know, the taxes you got to pay on that, man. That's got to hurt. Who knows, man? But with $1 billion, who gives a shit? I was joking with Silent Mish, huh?
That's it on the news today.
Guy on the news today.
They said to him live on the air, if you win the $1 million or the $1 billion.
They said to him live on the air, if you win the $1 billion,
what are you going to spend your money on?
What are you going to spend your money on? And he said,
cocaine and hookers.
Cocaine and hookers. Are you sure they weren't talking to Charlie Sheen?
On live TV.
He said that on live TV. I'm thinking that might have been an interview with Charlie Sheen. Those two would have got along great. No more hookers for him because they all know he's got the HIV. He's got to have the herpaganosyphilades, not just the HIV. I'll tell you what, I had my money spent. Not all of it, of course, but a lot of it. Michelle and I have I've always talked to Silent Miss. She won't have it any unless we have that kind of money, because she knows the size of the boat that I want to buy. And when I say boat, I mean I'm going to go to one of the decommissioned yards where they sell naval vessels, and I want to buy me a fucking battleship. Okay? I want to buy me a battleship, and I want to retrofit it into a pleasure yacht. And, let's just see somebody get in my way. Now, I'm not going to hire a crew. Fuck that. I want it all modernized to where I can, and with $1 billion, I'm pretty sure I would be able to get somewhat of what I want. I want to pilot the son of a bitch myself. Actually, who the fuck am I kidding? I want to sit on the back deck or the front deck, the side deck. Jesus, I don't know if anybody's seen the size of a battleship, but they're fucking huge. I'm just going to sit there and be one stone drunk son of a bitch. That's basically what it boils down to. Going from port to port to see who's got the better buds. What do you say, Silent Mish? She says, on my way. That's probably the only way I could get her to live out on the ocean. I've never seen any footage, no matter how rough the sea is, of battleships rocking and swaying too much. I don't know. I've never really Googled it, but I'm sure it's out there. All we need is my restless leg syndrome and a John boat, and we're good to go, right? Yeah. No. Thanks. Appreciate that. Making fun of me and shit. So, just to recap what we talked about, watch out, folks, because President Obama, he has a plan for us. It's not a good one. We don't come out winning. Winning! Speaking of Charlie Sheen. What else do we got to recap? Big Pharma is getting pissed off because, Big Pharma and the alcohol is getting pissed off because there's an 80% drop in abuse. And let's face it, people are starting to wake up and realize that cannabis is so much better for them. I know I've realized it many, many years ago, even though I wasn't on medication or anything like that. I probably should have been one of those Ritalin babies or one of those cuckoo med babies, but I wasn't, because my mother wasn't that type of person. I know a lot of people growing up whose parents wouldn't allow it, but then again, you had those parents that would just say, oh, okay, because they, it is a different time, I know, and the propaganda was strong, and Reefer Madness was still alive. It's a good movie. I mean, it's not a good movie, but it's a funny movie now. If you watch it, you actually can sit back and laugh at Reefer Madness. Got about 2 minutes left of the show. For those of you just joining us tonight, I appreciate it. TalkShitRadioNetwork.com. You can check us out on there. Always live. Chat room's always open. You guys can join me in the chat room. I'll try and talk about as much as I can going on the chat room. You go to Facebook's /TalkShitTV. You can go to Facebook, go in that little search bar, and just search for Talk Shit Radio. You'll find me. Or best way to do it is to Google Talk Shit Radio. Excuse me. Let's see what else we got. Tomorrow, we got anything special planned for tomorrow? Nah, we're just going to shoot from the hip and wing it like we usually do. I look forward to getting back into class Monday and seeing all my newfound friends that I've acquired through the class. I'm going to ask them all why I didn't see them in the chat room, but whatever. And not everybody wants to jump in and have me jump on it. So, not that I attack you or anything. Unless you say something stupid in my chat room, then it's not just me that's going to jump on you. But, that's where we're at. We got a lot of things in the works. We've got until probably, what do I got, 4 more months, babe? March? May? May. We got until May before I can really vamp up the show and do a lot of shit, and we'll be going out and broadcasting live on location all over Tampa Bay. I'm going to try and get into a bunch of spots and get some people on the air to talk some shit. Anybody who's in my little drug counseling class, if you guys are interested in coming on the air and talking some shit with me, I'd love to have you, and I'll repeat this again next week in class. But yeah, you guys can be anonymous. You don't have to give your name or anything like that. But, again, thanks, everyone. Thanks, Josh, Michelle, John, anybody that I might have missed for listening, joining me in the chat. TalkShitRadioNetwork.com. You can catch us live all the time. Anytime we go live, 7 to 7:45 at night. that's all going to change here soon. 15 seconds left. I love yous. Thanks for listening. I will be talking to you again tomorrow night. Take care, folks.